Hello and welcome back to my spooky little corner of the internet. My name is Chelsea and today we are talking about movies that have traumatized me as a child. I thought this would be a fun little video to do, so I wrote down a few movies, a few situations, and we're gonna do a fun little makeup look. So let's get into it. But before we do, if you would please like, comment, subscribe, I'd really appreciate it, and go follow me down on all my socials, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, you know the drill. Alright, thanks. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. I am running low on my NYX foundation. That will be for another day. I haven't done a full face of makeup in a hot minute, honestly. In a minute. Alright, let's get this stuff going here. So as I'm applying this, literally one of the most traumatizing things when I was a kid was ghost ship. So I don't know how old I was. I was probably like 6 or 7, I think. And it's funny because I love horror movies and horror stuff so much now. But when I was a kid, I did not like it. When I was a kid, I was terrified of like anything and everything, especially masks, horror movies. Like Scooby-Doo freaked me out, but I did like Scooby-Doo. But like for me, which is funny because I like kind of being scared in a controlled environment, and when I was a kid, for me that was Scooby-Doo. Like I loved Scooby-Doo. It was like spooky and creepy to me, so I love that kind of stuff. But like adult horror movies freaked me out, and I didn't see them all the time, but my dad sometimes would watch them. And you know, when you're a kid, you just happen to see things sometimes when you're up at night and your parents are watching TV, a movie, whatever, and you happen to see a peek and then it scares you and you're like, screw this. And I remember watching or seeing the very beginning of Ghost Ship, which if you don't know, the beginning of Ghost Ship is, it shows all these people on a boat and they're like, it's almost like a Titanic kind of boat, like this big fancy, they're having like a ball, whatever, and all of a sudden a line snaps. I don't know where it came from, if it was put there, I don't know. A line snaps and it goes through and slices like everybody, like their heads off or in half or whatever. And it like slices everyone, and a little girl just sitting there traumatized after seeing like her dad being sliced up and everyone around her because she's too short for like the wire to get her. And so like not all the adults, I'm sure, but a lot of the adults, especially her father, just died in front of her. And I was like, oh my god. That was so much for me as a kid. I was like, what just happened? But I think that kind of stuff also was like, it was kind of interesting and like kind of taboo and different. So I think it also made me like more interested in horror. Like that scene is burnt into my mind. Like, I don't think about it every single day, but I thought about it for a long time when I was younger. It was like a lot. I was like, holy crap. I noticed I have like this little indent in my nose over here, where makeup like doesn't want to get in it. It's really weird. God, I haven't had like face makeup on in forever. I feel like a different person. The next movie that just traumatized me as a child was 13 Ghosts. I love the movie 13 Ghosts. Has Matthew Lillard in it. What's not to love about that? And also just all the different ghosts and the stories. I just absolutely love it. I almost like kind of want to do a video like talking about 13 Ghosts and going like in the backstories of each ghost. I don't know. We'll see. Let me know that in the comments if you'd be interested in that. But when I first saw that, it was like, I was a little bit older now. Because I was sort of kind of watching it, but like not really. Like I kind of vaguely remember. I just really remember mainly like the princess. And what's the big guy? The Juggernaut or something like that? The Hammer, that's his name. The Hammer really freaked me out. The Torso, so many good ones. But especially the princess. I don't know, the angry princess. She has like such a good scene where she's in the bathtub while that girl's in there, and that really freaked me out. But there's also like so many, I feel like bathtub horror is like a thing where you have like a woman that's bleeding or laying in blood or whatever in a bathtub, and so like that scene itself is just iconic. And I don't know, it just really stuck with me as a kid. And also I think it's because I kind of had a crush on her. Like this dead woman in a tub. We love Angry Princess. Like, she was just iconic. All right, let me get these eyebrows going here. That was like one of those movies, like it really sticks with me. I guess it traumatized me as a kid because like all the ghosts freaked me out. But then also it's like one of those movies I loved because I was like, oh, this is scary, but like fun scary. There is a Juggernaut. I was like, I knew there was a Juggernaut. It was just the different one that I was thinking about. But the Juggernaut and the Jackal is one of the most scariest freaking of the 13 ghosts. Like, terrifying. There were so many just great scenes in that. I think it's one of the first probably horror movies that I actually watched all the way through. Even though it was like scary in a good way. Definitely traumatized me though. Definitely thought about those a lot, especially the Angry Princess. Like every time I went to the bathroom, like I would just like see her in the tub, like it just like would flash into my head. I'm like, thanks, great. Like that's what I want to think about. Okay, what are we gonna do with our eyeballs? Our eyeballs. I think I'm gonna do this lipstick. I don't know, I just don't ever really. I have like a few neutral lipsticks that I kind of got in like these like bundle packs that I bought, and I don't ever wear them. So today I'm gonna wear this. I'm doing more of like a natural kind of makeup look, which I don't usually do, but today it just felt right. So I'm doing like kind of like a pinky color up here. So our next movie that traumatized me as a child, and I saw this when I was like really young. I would say honestly the first movie I ever remember seeing, like I didn't watch the whole thing, just seeing like my parents watched, was The Nightmare on Elm Street. I remember seeing Freddy. It was like in a classroom and this chick was like falling asleep at her desk, I think, and like Freddy came out with like his hand and it freaked me out. I like ran back inside and I was like super young. Like I don't even know if I was in school yet. Like kindergarten. No. I was like 4 or 5 maybe. I was really young and I remember that and I loved that. That scared me and I was like, oh, like I just wondered like what is this movie? But then even like little me, like little baby Chelsea was like, I'm curious what the movie is, but I know like I wouldn't watch it because like it's so scary, which is just funny now. And so there was that, but this one movie, I just actually kind of realized what the movie was like within the last few years. I saw Idle Hands when I was a kid. I rewatched this the other day because I was like, I actually never watched this movie all the way through. And I saw this when I was a kid, probably like 8. No, I was not 8. I was probably like, again, I think it was like 6 or 7. And my dad was watching it. And obviously it's like a funny show, which honestly, I rewatched it like literally last week. And I was like, oh, like this is a funny movie, da da da. It wasn't that funny. I'm sorry. It was not that funny. Like, I have some dumb humor. Like, I watch Jackass and laugh, things like that. But it was not that great. I'm sorry. Like I love the idea and I get it, but it did not make me laugh. But I guess if I saw that when I was like 12 though, I would have laughed. I would have found it funny if I was 12, but when I was 6 it scared me. I literally had nightmares about that hand. I thought it was trying to kill me. Good times. Being a kid's so fun. You're just like, you don't know what's happening in life. Ooh. Like I remember having nightmares. I remember which house I was in, and it was at my dad's house, and well, I watched it there. And I remember I literally went and like I like knocked on his door and I'm like, can I sleep in here tonight? I'm scared. And he's like, from that movie you're scared? And I'm like, yeah, bitch. Like that hand's gonna come out and kill me. Are you kidding me? It's so funny. Make sure you let me know what movies you saw as a kid and like traumatized you or like scared you. They probably aren't as stupid as mine, but I was such a scaredy cat. Which again is just so funny and ironic now. The next one, this is the biggest one, is Scream. So I was born in 1995 and when I was like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, whatever, Scream was like everything. And everyone had Scream masks and everyone loved it and it freaking terrified me. And everyone thought it was funny to terrify me with the masks. So like for like my whole life up until like almost recently, literally even a Scream mask gave me PTSD. Like literally, it sounds so stupid and dumb, but even into my teenage years and some of my adult years, like it would just like freak me out because I literally have PTSD from this mask and how much people would freaking scare me with it and chase me around with it and everything else, which again is so dumb. And silly to even say, but it's the honest to God truth. So funny. And when I was a teenager, my favorite movie was literally Saw. Like, the Saw franchise was my favorite freaking thing. But then Scream would like give me PTSD and freak me out. But I think it was just like, it's literally that. We had so many Scream masks and my freaking family just loved scaring me with it, and then it caused trauma. It caused trauma, okay? I was freaking out. My mic's right here, by the way. That's why I keep going like right there. And you know the funny thing about Scream is like, it traumatized me. I was being traumatized with it as a child, and then I saw Scary Movie before I actually saw the movie Scream, because I just wouldn't watch it because like of the mask and everything. And so by the time I actually watched Scream, which is now one of my favorite movies, actually my favorite franchises, to be honest, I watched Scary Movie, so then it ruined it for me. And then all I can see every time I see, what is his name even, Doofy? I only see Officer Doofy. I don't even know what this, Dewey. I literally only see Officer Doofy. Like, every time. I just see him and the vacuum. And like, I can't take it serious. First Scary Movie is so funny and so freaking good. Another one, I think Scary Movie 3, where they have the alien abduction and like Ring and all these different things that are part of this movie. That movie freaked me out when I was younger. I really was such a little baby, literally. Like, I was like terrified of everything. And then I watched Saw. And then I was like, a whole new world, because it's not all jump scares, it's gore. Because my family was really into like jump scares and like slasher movies and stuff like that, which I love now. But then I started to get more into scary movies because they scared me so much. I'm like, what is this? Like, it's like so weird and taboo. Like, let me get more into it. And so the more I watched, I watched like Saw, and then I was like, oh, I love gore and blood. This is so fun. Like, these are like these cool kills. Like, I got really into horror movies, and then I started watching more and more and more, and then here we are. Like, what do they say? Like, history goes on or something, or I don't know. But yeah, that's how that happened. All right, I'm doing some glitter right here. I just need to figure out, I need a thing for that. Oh, but anyway, what I was saying, the Scary Movie 3, I think I already said that. It scared the crap out of me, which is like the Ring. And again, I saw that before I saw the Ring. Like, because I kind of got on the bandwagon, not bandwagon, but I started watching horror movies later in my life. There's so many movies that like I saw like the scary movie of, or like the stupid version of, before I saw the actual movie. So I couldn't even take the movie seriously. Which makes me so sad. Cute and subtle. You know, one of the first movies, well, all those movies, everything scared me, but one of the first movies to like really scare me in my teenage years, was two of them that popped in my head. Well, one I had wrote down, one was popped in my head. The Strangers. I don't care what anyone says. When you first see The Strangers, it's scary. And especially when you watch it alone. I think I was alone. Maybe I was with my best friend at the time. Either with one other person or alone, and you are a teenager and you live in the middle of nowhere. When I watched this, I lived in the middle of nowhere, upstairs in a dark room. I think I watched it alone. I swear I watched it alone. And it freaking traumatized me. I was so scared, dude. I was like, oh my god, but I couldn't stop watching. It was so good. But you know, I had a blanket like this. It's like my favorite thing. I love watching like a scary ass movie with some good ass snacks and a comfy blanket, and like you're just like this and you're just like watching. It's just, I don't know. It's such a good time. It's the best time. The best. Alright, let's do some. This is literally the most basic makeup I've done in a long time, and I kind of like it. It's simple, it's quick. It's because I was trying to do like a super like cool look the other day, and I made a video and I hated the makeup look. I hated it. And honestly, it wasn't the worst, but I tried to do something cool with eyeliner. It didn't hit, and when I was trying to like clean it up, like I couldn't even, it was unredeemable. So I was like, ugh. So now you're just getting this cute look, which honestly is a nice little change from usual, honestly. I mean, I think anyway. Another one that really scared me, I have two more that really creeped me out when I was younger, like my teenage years, and I saw both of these in theaters, which made it even more creepy. One is The Haunting in Connecticut is it's a great movie. Like, it's an amazing movie. I love that movie. It is creepy and scary, and it has a cool little backstory. Like, it's based on a true story, and that story is kind of cool on its own. And it's so well done, and the scares are like good. Like, they have jump scares, and then they have like actually just creepy ass scares, a good story. I love it. Like, I love that freaking movie. Highly recommend it if you haven't seen it yet. The Haunting in Connecticut. So good. I'm living for this look. It's just so simple and cute and quaint. I feel quaint. I feel quaint and cute. Okay. So Haunting in Connecticut, super good. Highly recommend. Go watch it. So creepy. Freaked me out. God, I wish everyone could watch it in theaters. I was literally, my friend that was with me, we like watched a lot of horror movies together, and I was like burrowing a hole like in her side because I was like hiding from the movie. I love it, but horror movies always get me. Like, jump scares always get me, which is why I love it. I mean, I think they're fun. Like, it's such a fun time. It's like controlled terror, you know? Controlled environment, but you're terrified. Fun times. My eyelashes get in the way over here. My eyelashes like flip on this side, like so far up that it's hard to do my eyeliner over here. Okay, cute. Doesn't take too long to do my eyeliner, which sometimes gets a little bit wild. A little crazy. This is cute. Okay, last movie. I'm gonna throw on some mascara, some lipstick, some highlighter. Last movie that freaked me out as a teenager was Paranormal Activity. God, this is something else I need to get more of. I was gonna say fuel up on, but then I lost my train of thought. That was another one I watched in theaters, and it just freaked me out. Again, because Paranormal Activity is literally just like jump scares. Like, the entire thing, ow, is just jump scares. And I loved it. And I told the story before, but I'm gonna tell it again in this video. When I went to see it, I went with a couple of friends, and we were all like, I think one of our parents like bought us the tickets and took us, and then they didn't actually want to watch us, so they left. Not like left, but like went and did something else. But they like went in with us so that we could get in, which was nice of them. It was not my parent, I'll tell you that. And when we watched it, and then we left, and we were like, oh my god, we were all like, ugh, like, it was really fun. But literally, I remember even leaving the theater, I was like scared. I like felt like people were watching me, like someone was watching me. I don't know, I think part of it is because I had to get so in to like movies and TV, which I always do. Like, I get like obsessed with like whatever it is that I'm watching currently, and I love that. Like, it's kind of like my escape from reality, you know? We all need one of those. And I get really into it. And horror movies is no different. Like, I get so into it, and I feel like I am like the prey. I'm not usually the killer. I'm almost always the prey is what I feel like. And I always feel like someone's watching me or whatever. And after watching Paranormal Activity, I literally would wake up thinking that someone was like in my face watching me. Because in Paranormal Activity, the chick watches her husband, and she just sits there and stares for like hours on end while the camera runs and like speeds up and shows her just staring, which is so like stupid for a lot of people, but for me that was like terrifying. And I literally had nightmares that someone was watching me for a long time after that. So stinking cute. All right, we're gonna do a highlighter first so I can highlight around my lips before I put lipstick on. So we get back from the theater, we watch Paranormal Activity, so fun, we're all scared, like fun scared, like, oh, let's dark out, da da da, like we're like, I don't know how we are, we're like 14 or something. It was just a fun time. And there's 3 of us, and we go back home, we're going to bed, because it's later in the day, whatever, and later that night. And as we're going to bed, me and another friend, like we kind of like, the 2 of us really aren't tired and the one is tired, so like 2 of us sleep up here, and then the one sleeps down with like her head on the other side, because she's like, I'm going to sleep, like I'm tired. I'm like, okay, cool. She goes to sleep and she's asleep for like a while. I feel like me and my other friend are just like talking and giggling and just whatever for like almost an hour, if not at least 30-45 minutes, like a while, almost an hour I feel like. And all of a sudden in the middle of the freaking night this chick just dead jumps up, eyes still closed, and just sits there for like a whole it felt like, literally, it felt like she was sitting there for 10 minutes, but it felt like a whole minute. And then she just goes back to sleep. Like, I was like, what just happened? And me and my friend that are awake were terrified. We're like, what the heck? And we just sit there in like dead silence after she lays back down for like too long. And then we just stare at each other and we're like, what the fuck just happened, dude? And so we wake her up because we're like, are you okay? Like, I mean, because if it's not, you know, if it's not supernatural, like, there's something, what is going on here? And she was like, what? Like, what happened? And we told her what happened. And she's like, what? Like, she was like literally dead asleep. And she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And to this day, I don't actually know if she really didn't know what we were talking about, or if she did that, you know, on purpose, or she was literally just sleeping and that just happened randomly. But the same thing happened in the freaking movie where this chick just, like, I swear she did that shit on purpose, which was hilarious. And I think about it to this day. So, like, it was good, but was it, like, was that necessary to scare me half to death? I don't know. I don't know about that. It was so funny though. I look so cute. All right, what are those lipstick on with this? All right, we're gonna throw this lipstick on. Honestly, it's kind of looks cute without lipstick, but I have more lipstick in forever, so I want to put this one. Oh, honey. Okay. How do we feel? Oh, I just realized I didn't do any contour. Contour schmontour. Who needs it? It's fine. Cute. It would look a little bit cuter. I am gonna do some contour actually. So not contour schmontour. Yeah, son, yeah. Scary Movie 1 is so good. That is probably one of my favorite comedy movies. Honestly. Alright, there we go. Ooh, feel a bit better. So those are the movies that traumatized me as a child and I guess as a teenager, and what makes me just love and adore horror. And also just as a kid, like, I freaking love Scooby-Doo. I have like a whole Scooby-Doo movie collection that I'll share someday, maybe on TikTok. That might be, maybe here, I don't know. I'll share it with you someday. It's pretty big. I mean, it's not huge, I don't know, it's pretty good size. Don't want to brag or nothing about my Scooby-Doo collection, but anyway. Okay, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I appreciate it as always. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow me, Chelsie Wrath, all socials. I will see you guys in the next one. Stay spooky.